Do you ever feel like your strumming sounds off even when you're hitting the right chords? There's one simple rule that makes all the difference. Stay with me and you'll never struggle with strumming again. Real quick, if you don't already know who I am, my name's Wade Collins and I run Guitar Fastlane, a worldwide online guitar school. I've been playing, performing, teaching, and writing songs for over 20 years. I've played on many stages, in bands, and solo, and even recorded and mixed albums. But enough about me, let's get to the lesson. The biggest and most common mistake I see guitar players make with their strumming is stopping and starting their elbow. And when you're playing guitar and strumming along, what you want to do is have a steady flow of your elbow the whole time, even when you're not hitting the strings. So if you listen to a metronome, which is usually clicking, so be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you want your elbow to follow the motion and timing of the metronome. So if you listen to a metronome, usually you're counting with 4/4 timing. That's the most common type of time signature. So if you're counting that, you'd be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And what you want is for your elbow to just continue going up and down in time with the song or in time with the metronome, even when you're not hitting the strings. So this elbow must be going steady the whole time. So if you think of a metronome, it's counting 1, 2, 3, 4. That's if we're in a 4/4 time signature, which is the most common one. So usually with that, we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, or we'll count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. To keep a steady rhythm, that means part of your body must be keeping steady, which makes sense, right? So your elbow must be keeping steady timing with the metronome or with the song that you're playing along with. Because if you strum and then you stop and strum and stop, it's going to make it really hard for you to stay in time. But if you keep your strumming elbow moving and only hit the strings when you want to or when it makes sense with the song, then you're going to stay in time so much easier. So this is the big secret right here. So if we look at the strumming pattern, let's just say down, up, and we're going to play a G major chord. So if we play down, up the whole time, we play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's say I want to change the strumming pattern. I want to play down, down, up, up, down, up. You'll notice that I'm going to keep my elbow moving steady the whole time. Down, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So if you weren't listening, you would think I was strumming every single time if you weren't looking too closely. And that's the secret. Try and practice this, making sure that you keep your elbow steady the whole time that you're strumming, even when you're not hitting the strings. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Bonus tip. A lot of people ask, how do I know which direction to strum with the strumming pattern? Well, look at this chart right here. You notice if we played down, up the whole time, we'd be alternating down and up strums. And that makes sense because, like I mentioned, you want to keep a steady down, up rhythm with your elbow when you're playing. So now, let's say we want to play the down, down, up, down, up strumming pattern. You'll notice that we follow these beats here, but your elbow would still follow the steady down, up rhythm. It's just we're not playing some of the downs and up strums. So you notice if we filled in the rest of the chart, it would still say down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So that's how you can think about it. You want to keep a steady down, up rhythm, and then you only want to hit the beats that make sense with the song or follow with a strumming pattern. So that's how you know whether you want to strum up or down in a strumming pattern and when you want to do that. You want to keep a steady motion with your elbow, and that's how you know. If you're trying to play a strumming pattern like this, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, it just makes it really awkward. But if you keep a steady rhythm, you know, okay, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Makes it so easy. And another thing you want to keep in mind is you want to keep everything relaxed. If you're really tense, it makes it hard to keep a steady, relaxed motion with your elbow. But you want to keep nice and relaxed, flowing elbow motion. Hey, if you're enjoying this lesson, do me a quick favor, hit that like button. It helps me know what to create for you next. Thanks so much, and let's get back into it. Another thing to mention too is I notice a lot of people will try and attack the strings with the pick perpendicular to the guitar, which means the tip of the pick is pointing straight into the sound hole. But instead, what you want to do is try and have your pick on a slight angle so that it sweeps across the strings like this. So you're sweeping across, and then when you go up, sweep across like this. And the way we accomplish that is using a bit of a wrist flicking motion. So when I strum down, I flick my wrist out like that, and when I strum up, my wrist flicks up like that. So as my elbow moves down, I flick down and out. As my elbow moves up, I flick up and in. And that's a motion that you can practice for a while with a metronome. Just have the metronome going at a steady time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Practice keeping that steady motion with your elbow and practice that wrist flick motion. And if you do that and keep your wrist relaxed and your elbow relaxed, you'll notice that it gets much easier to strum. So the easiest way to tie this all together is start with a steady, simple down-up strumming pattern. And to do this, let's use an E major chord, and we're going to start just with a simple pattern. We'll go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and steady strumming elbow. We're using that wrist flick. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now you want to do the exact same thing. Keep a steady strumming elbow, keep the wrist flick, but we're going to remove some of these strums. So you're going to keep the steady motion with your elbow, keep moving it even when you're not strumming. So we're going to play down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So start implementing this. Try out the simple exercise. You can substitute that second strumming pattern for any pattern. So start with a simple down up, counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then try any other strumming pattern. And just pull out certain strumming motions, whether it's the up strokes or the down strokes, and then try and keep that steady motion with your elbow. That's the biggest thing that'll really help you out. Steady motion with your elbow, keep that wrist flick, and keep everything relaxed, and your strumming will feel so much easier. You've made it this far, so I know you're serious about improving your guitar skills. Why not keep the momentum going? Hit subscribe to make sure you don't miss our future lessons, and then click on your next lesson right here. I think you'll love it. I'll see you over there.